We are going to get started to learn PowerPoint. PowerPoint is a great tool for you if you want to showcase your story. Story could be about anything, could be about a presentation, something you worked on, you want to show it to your leadership, your management, or simply it's a physical project. Now let us do a tour of PowerPoint before we actually get started. So as you can see on my screen, there are multiple slides that have opened up. This is the platform of PowerPoint. There are multiple features on the top like insert, draw, design, transitions, animations, slideshow, review, view, record. Let's get into details. For example, in insert, there are tables that you can add. There are pictures you can add from the browser or from the files in your local machine. You can do a screenshot. You can also do shades. Multiple icons available, smart art. There's list, there's process, there's cycle. Then there are different kinds of charts like columns, lines, pie. Zoom if you want to zoom in, text box if you want to add text, different kind of word art. We're going to be using most of them to give you how this is showcased. Also, when you get into the draw, you have the functionality to add something, draw it out. You can also design using different kinds of templates. You can do transition where you don't have to keep it very static. You can add fade, push, wipe, animations. So there are different kind of animations that can be added, a slideshow, review, view. Now let's get started. So like I mentioned, there are multiple quick access commands. You can do save, which is really critical, especially when you're working. Always keep saving your work. You can undo something when you go to the previous version. You can repeat it, or you can just use it as a quick access toolbar. Feedback. This Microsoft functionality is amazing. It allows you to collaborate with your team, and as you guys are working on it, if there are any questions, you have the ability to reply to it. You have the ability to interact with your team. Then, design for teamwork. You can invite people to collaborate with you. You can copy a link and share with them. You can give it to them as an attachment. Get organized with a selection panel. So there are multiple panels which you can use to help you. And the best part is when you're working with PowerPoint and you close it by saving it, the next day or the next time you pick it up, you can know where you left it off. And if you want to learn more about PowerPoint for Mac, you will have this Mac Help Center. You also have PowerPoint Team Blog. So this was the overall summary. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create our own presentation. We're going to go to File, New Presentation. Now this presentation, you can add any template. Like for example, you can pick this one and then you can do a new decide. What we're going to do here is we're going to create a presentation about docs. And you see how I wrote docs here, but I'm going to make it look a little bit more prettier. I'm going to click on docs and I'm going to add font to it. Oops, this is what opened up. Let's bring it up. As you can see, you're not able to really see anything. It's too dark. So what we are going to do is we're going to go to Home. We're going to make it bigger. We're going to make it stand out. We're going to add better color. Play around with it, right? You don't have to go with just white. You can play around. You can make it colorful. You can add different kinds of themes. If you don't like the background, you can get this one removed. So you see how I added that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a quick image here as well. So I'm going to go to Picture. I'm going to browse. Oh, it's not opening. Stock images. Okay, it opened up. All right, so what I'm going to put is I'm going to put dogs. And maybe just adding images is great because a picture is worth thousands of words. You see how this got added here? You go here. You add like this. Great, and if you want to add more things to this, you can also add border. And or you can actually add color. You can change the color of it as well. Instead of the border, I think the color contrast would be better. Now, add more details here. Why do we love dogs? Why do we love dogs? Well, they're cute. We can say cute. They are cute. right? They are cute. They are friendly. They are kind. So as you can see, we have created few bullet points and the bullet points are showing, but this one is still looking very dull to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be changing the color of it. I'm going to be adding more word art to it. You see this? And then I'm going to be removing this. All this is to make your presentation stand out, right? You want to be consistent, but at the same time, you want to showcase that it's looking nice and the feel is nice of it as well. So after this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another image because it is too clear, right? You want to add color to it. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to say dogs. Right, let's see if I can find some pictures. Let's take this one. Let's take this one. Oh, you can actually do this, do this, do this. Okay, insert, insert, insert. Now all of these should come up. As you can see, they're here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna separate them out like this, and like this. Okay, but now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them in different places. Okay, so this one you can see the presentation of how it has come. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create another slide. In this slide, we're gonna add something else. In this slide, we are going to add a diagram. We're gonna keep the title. Maybe what we can do is we can copy and paste it to just be consistent, and we can do here, why do we love dogs? Tell me about dogs. Okay, so now we're gonna go into our design, insert. There are different kinds of shapes. If you want, you can add a shape, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Smart Art, and we're gonna add a workflow here. Okay, and then we're gonna bring this to the bottom. We're gonna make it smaller. Okay, and now we're just gonna put things about them, right? They're kind. They are friendly. They are fun. They are nice. They are playful. They are also the best. Okay? And then you put it like this. So as you can see, different kinds of structures have come. If you don't want to add any text, you can just remove this. In our scenario, we're just going to remove that because we don't really have anything that we want to point out separately. Okay, I mean, this is very simple, but as you do this professionally or for school, you're going to see more things are going to be coming up. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to remove this. Okay, tell me about dogs. Now we're going to add another slide. So how about we duplicate this one and we get rid of this one, and let's go back to our Smart Art and let's see what kind of Smart Art do we want to add. Do we want to add a cycle, or do we want to add a workflow type of process? How about we add a process where we show how you can get a dog? Okay. Tell me about dogs. How can I get a dog? Can I get a dog? All right, Jerry, this is going to be how you can get the dog. First step, maybe what we're going to do is number 1, number 2, number 3. Look online for best dog deals. Okay, that is the first process. So maybe we can undo. Yep, that's a great example. Then buy best dog based on research. Okay, then after you have boarded, ensure full dog care is provided. Obviously, there are like so many steps to this than the ones I have mentioned here, but just to show you how to create this, I have mentioned it. I think what it really lacks right now is picture. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here, stock image. I'm gonna get more pictures of dogs. Yep, so as you can see, they're coming. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to take it. Maybe we can change this. You see how I took it and then there were designers that came up? You can just take that and change the structure of it to make it look nice and make it feel good as well. So the color is still that for this one. Now we can make it a little bit more better. How can I get a dog? So this is a process of how you can get a dog. Okay, so this is how you can create a presentation. Now what we're going to do is we're going to save this, because if you don't save it, you are going to lose it. And you can just say presentation 7, or I can say dog slides. Okay, and now as you can see, you have saved it. What we're going to do now is we're going to create a new presentation. Another one to tell you how it's really done. This time what we're going to do is we're not going to have a template. Instead, we're going to start from blank and we're going to create our own template. So as you can see, I have this here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my slides, shape, fill, orange, and I am going to try to add a little bit of text here. So the text can be anything, and then, of course, you have your shapes. So let's add a heart. Let's add a heart here, and let's make this talking about helping others. So let's make that our topic, right? Helping others. Now, as you can see, the colors might not look and feel good to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm really going to rechange the colors. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to make it red. And this one, ideally this one should be pink. But that's fine. Maybe this one, the background, will change it to be a little purplish. Helping others, right? Helping the community. Helping the community. So the reason why we're doing the simple template is that you're comfortable with the idea that you always don't have to create a template. You don't have to get a presentation with a template. You can actually do it out of scratch as well. So let's say we're going to do helping the community. And again, what really helps is getting an image. So let's go to stock images and do helping community. Helping, or maybe if I just put volunteering. Okay, so you see how this image came and this image came. So let us get started and add it. Okay, and so this is here. Perfect. Great, our images are coming out nice. Okay, so this is about helping others. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create a new slide and we're going to add text. Why you should help others. Okay, the reason why you should help others is the following. So you're going to do here, you're going to go to text. Let's add colors to this, right? Let's make it a little colorful. Maybe we can use Apple symbols. So why should you help others? Well, you should help others to bring positive mindset in the world. Bring peace. Bring positive change. Okay, so these are the reasons why you should help, among many others, but we're just going to be using these as an example. And then what you're going to do is you're going to add more images. Right? Adding more images will help. Next, what we're going to do after this, let me just quickly format this so it's looking nice and pretty. And if you can see, it's like this. So next what we're going to do is we're going to create a new slide. And then in this slide, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be adding a shape. So we're going to add a particular shape, and you guys can pick any shape you like, but for my sake, I'm going to pick this particular presentation, okay? This one, this one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color of them. And I'm just going to put them like this. And then what we should have done is to be consistent. We should have ideally copied the title. Why should help others? What change you bring. Let's name this what change you bring. Okay, so this is a change you bring. So what we're going to do is we're going to take more images. And we're going to get our images added here. As you can see, our images are added. We're going to put them here. And we are going to add, now going back to our home, we're going to add text. What change? Let's say same thing, right? Positive society. Now this, again, the activity is for you to understand that you can create these wonderful slides out of scratch as well. There's nothing wrong with not using a template, right? You can just go ahead and create wonderful slides. Positive society. Okay, that is one. Then there is something called positive impact. That's just true impact. Okay. So as you can see, we have used two particular examples to create presentations. One was with a template, one was without a template, and it was Scratch. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create another presentation, but this time using the template and going over different ways. Just give it one moment, how you can add to it. So what we're going to do now is we are really going to just play around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to insert. I'm going to give you different kinds of workflows, which you can actually use to implement. This one is one where you can go cycle by cycle. Then I'm going to go to duplicate. Then I'm going to go to new slide. And here what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert hierarchy matrix. A pyramid. A pyramid is also great because you can show step by step what's coming from the top to the bottom. We're going to go to new slide, and what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our insert and we are going to try to add a chart. So when you try to add a chart, it takes you to Excel and asks you for the data point. So that one we're just going to skip, but I wanted to tell you how it would be if you were to choose in. Okay. So this was just an overall summary of how you can play around with these things and learn from them. Nothing happens overnight. You need to practice and continue to learn and build great slides. Okay, with that, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you.